My soul needed this today.
Right? It's been too long. We've been trying to do this for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to Beyond the Curtain.
Finally. After... Actually, COVID, I think, is when we started talking about this.
We did, because we were really bored. And we feel like this is something that the world needs.
Yes. Yeah. Or that we just need. This is our therapy.
It's true. Trauma bonding at its best.
Even though it's not traumatic, but you still have that trauma bond.
There are moments. But yes. So my name's Naomi.
I'm Amanda.
And we are part of a local community theater here in Idaho. And Amanda, how did you get started in theater in general? Like, how did that even happen?
I grew up dancing, and I wanted to do something different. I wanted to find a different outlet, and my grandmother was a part of the board for a theater company here in the Treasure Valley, and I was like, oh, okay, let me go do that. And I went over and I auditioned, and I did one show, and I was like, this is so much fun. But then I was like, I'm going to just dance some more. And then when I was in junior high, I was like, I miss it, and I went back, and I haven't left. Well, I've taken times, but that's the first time you and I did a show together.
Yeah.
It was when we were in, 8th grade.
Yeah.
2001. So, yeah, I mean, it was really just another outlet to perform.
Yeah.
So.
Aside from, dance, just adding more elements to it.
Yep. What about you?
My family moved here to Idaho in 97, and my mom was like, let's do something fun. So... our first show we ever did was Joseph in 97, 98. And then it's kind of ironic or, like one of those
full circle
moments. We're coming back. We're doing it again. Quite the journey.
Yeah. Long time.
And I think it's good to take breaks and then come back. Yeah. And,
You need that, especially as you get older and you get married and things happen and you want to, enjoy life a little bit. When you're a teenager, for me, I was like, I want to be in every show. I want to do this. And so... Then I was like, I just kind of want to be at home, with my family and my friends.
Yeah, as you get older, I can do 2.
Yes, exactly.
Out of 6 or whatever, how many shows they're going to do this year, but...
Well, and now, we've been here long enough, and now we have kind of flipped over from the performance side to the not directorial, but the behind the scenes a little bit, I guess you could say, as wigs and makeup and hair, and as a choreographer too. So how did you go from performer basically our wig mistress, I guess I could say.
I know.
Mistress.
I've been a licensed cosmetologist since 2008, and so I think that brought in a lot of the pull from I've never done a synthetic wig since before I had started, so I was asked to come on board and do that. I also did my due diligence in learning how to style them, which I thought was really important because plastic hair is nothing like real hair.
Yeah.
So I got the opportunity about 2 years ago and have just dived in. And I think they've progressively gotten better.
Yeah.
As I've looked at my work.
Yeah.
And then I also have those moments where that hair is out of place and I just want to go out there and grab it. I'm sure.
As someone that's worn one of your wigs, I can say that she does do that when you come off stage and you're like, I'm just going to pin this
the photographer's
back
here,
right
hold on. These photos are going to be up on the website. And
curly, that's just not, I'm just going to pin it back.
I'm like, why? What is she doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I want everyone to feel really good in the wigs and also look really good in all their photos because they're memories.
Yeah.
I remember I wish we had more photos from
when
early 2000s.
Yes, when we were doing our own hair, own makeup.
Yes. And
I don't know if I want to see some of those pictures actually.
Yeah. I know, yeah. But you've been choreographing for a while now.
Yeah, so when I was a sophomore in high school, I assisted with choreography for a couple of shows. And then I brought my dance teacher over, because we didn't have a resident choreographer. I brought my dance teacher over to see if it was something she would be interested in. And she took over for a while. And then she had told me that she was planning on leaving after one season.
Okay.
And so she asked if I would be interested. And I was like, I don't know. I didn't think I could do it at the time. And then, the president of the company and the CEO and all those people were like, no, we think you could. And so I said, well, I was still wanting to perform. And it's really hard to be in shows and choreograph a show.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, what if I did the first like 2 or 3, and then it kind of just slowly went from there. So 2009, I started choreographing.
That's so cool. Oh my gosh, you've been doing it a long time.
Did a couple in 2009, and then 2010, and then 2011, I became the resident choreographer, so I choreographed every single show. And that was the year I realized I can't do both.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, every once in a while I would jump back in and perform, but I was like, I just need to be a choreographer.
Yeah.
And then I took a break because I had my oldest son, and then I actually came back when I was pregnant with my youngest son and choreographed for a while, and then I tried to take a break. And I got one show off, and then I got called to come back and do some more. So.
Yeah, they're like, no, you can't leave the stage yet. You know,
since 2009, off
oh my
and on.
gosh.
So with the company for 24 years, and then choreographing for
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
A long time.
A long time.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how many adjustments you have to make when you're actually in a show and you choreograph it, or you do wigs, like
and like it's just sometimes like I wish people could see like everything that happens backstage, because that tiny house we were all just like shifting and like rotating, and we're trying to like put wigs in, and
I agree. People look at my face, they're like, is she there? And I'm like, I am everywhere. Yeah. Like I'm in so many different places right now. Like,
or I think of like Little Mermaid.
I know, what a journey.
It's great. I laugh a little bit because people will be like, I've been with the company for so long, and I'm just like,
how long?
I'm like, I'm not even gonna age myself right now and tell you how long I've been here, but it's awesome. And it is really cool whenever you see people come in 1 year and then they're still here, like 10, 12 years later.
I think like you survived. Yeah. Like it takes a lot.
Because that first season is always hard. Like it's an adjustment.
You have to get used to like the schedule, the choreography, the expectation. Now like they're switching things up. We're becoming a little bit more professional. Mm-hmm. Like you show up warmed up. If you're lucky to get a quick warm up, you would do. But like they're just elevating it and bringing it to a standard that like it should be. Because it's really grown.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
I mean, like we said, back when we were performing in middle school and having to like choose
in
our
high
own
schools
hair
and high school stages and
and you were lucky if we had 5 microphones and you got one, and now we have like 30 something plus microphones and everybody can get one, and you don't have to everybody has their own headset. You don't have to switch out everything. You're not taking your wig off to get your mic off to give it to somebody else.
That is the worst.
It really is and practicing like you said, practicing at a high school or an elementary school or a middle school or somebody's living room. Yeah. Like we did I think all of like You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. No, Forever Plaid in like somebody's living room.
Yes.
First, like the second or third time they did
We did the Sandstone Center, like downtown Nampa
Women's
for a little
Century
while.
Club.
Women's Century Club.
This is scary. Nobody would go in the basement, and that's where all the costumes were.
It was scary down there.
It was a little terrifying. Sandstone was a little creepy too.
It was. It had its like corners and like downstairs areas that were like.
But like you think about that, and then we got a building when we were like sophomores in high school. I think it was like that 2002, 2003
and we
season.
Filled it up fast. Like there was so many donations from the community too. Yeah, that like we built a lot of our costumes, but like there was so much stuff that came in, and then we have so much. We would probably love to do a tour on one of these and like show them our costumes. The amount of costumes we have.
Yeah, and then now we have our own like real facility, legit facility with offices and a rehearsal space and a costume room and an actual place to build, and like we can build our sets and practice on our sets,
which is the best feeling ever. Yeah. Like you know where your door is going to be. Yeah. I always try to go off stage left because I know the dressing rooms are on stage left.
Well, that's usually where your wings and everything
are
too.
I'm like, if I can exit quickly this way, then I try to make all my exits that way, which is really funny.
I think something that people are always surprised to know about us that they don't know is that we always have a live orchestra.
Yes.
People have...
Oh my gosh,
no tracks. We use tracks. The only time we have ever used a track is like a kids show.
Yes,
like
that's
our
true.
summer programs.
Yeah, like Lion King was great with the kids show.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Every time like I post a video of us doing like a sits probe or something, people are always like, wait, you do a live orchestra? And I'm like, yep. And they're like, where are they? I'm like, backstage. Yeah. Because we put them out in the audience and it's just too
It's too overpowering. The facility we have that we actually do performances is too small. Yeah. Like it would be so loud.
But think about it back when we were doing shows and we only had 2 dressing rooms.
Yeah. Yes. We
only had 2 dressing rooms, and now we have 5 actually.
Oh yeah.
Because that back one is a dressing room where the bathroom is. So it's like, it's amazing how things have progressed from 1997 to 2025.
Right.
Can you put a fly system
little-
in, please?
Yeah, could you just have that in permanently?
Yeah.
So we could do Wizard of Oz, and we could do Peter Pan more often, and we could do...
Well, and fly our sets on instead of...
Yeah, like we rent the company from Vegas, right?
Mhm.
Usually Las Vegas.
Foy Flyers, I think.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. And they're amazing, and they work with us, and we get it done, but it's just a lot of work. Like, it would be nice if we had a fly system. It'd also be nice if we didn't have curtains with tape, but that's a whole nother episode. Trauma bonding.
Yeah. Oh man, there's so much we're gonna get to talk about.
I know, I'm so excited.
Like the friendships that you develop. Like, I mean,
from
we went to school
canoodling to
together.
marriage.
Yeah, we went to school together, but I think if we didn't have theater, we probably would have really never like
crisscrossed.
Yeah, because we were in totally different circles.
Yeah.
So I think it's funny how like you become friends with people that you may not have like interacted with like outside of the theater.
Yeah.
Because you're in theater together. And like truly when I sit back and I think about it, like my best friends are people I met through theater. The people that are still like my kids' godparents, like the people that are still in my life today aren't kids that I met in high school. Like those are like people from the theater.
Yeah. That continue on like what you love to do with them. Yeah.
Yep. And then like you said, like relationships and like I mean I met my ex-husband through theater. I mean there are better relationship stories than mine.
It's a good one though.
It's a good one.
So, yeah, we'll probably have an episode on canoodling and what it leads to.
Oh my gosh.
We actually have quite a few couples in our company that have come together through shows, which is exciting. We want to do some interviews with them, so that'll be cool.
Yeah, and then also just like people in the company that have, you know, moved on and are doing great things outside of the company, performing or doing tours or makeup artists. Mm-hmm. And, you know, just it's incredible to see, you know, especially like whenever you grow up with them. Like these are kids that we've known since we were, you know, 10, like 11, small. 12. Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
And now we're
what
in our...
you now?
We won't reveal our age.
I was like, wait, careful.
Now we're older. I'm excited that we're actually doing this.
I know. I was so nervous to like sit down and like plunk it out, but it's actually not so bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Beyond the curtain, lots of stories, lots of fun things. And we'll focus on like certain shows that we're, you know, currently working on. Like you said, you're currently working on Joseph. I've started Prince of Egypt.
Mm-hmm. I know. It is a busy season.
It's a really busy season. We just did School of Rock. And that, I mean, when did you... Okay, so
School of Rock was so good.
But School of Rock was rehearsing, like, in October when I was working Young Frankenstein. Those kids
they brought in the kids,
learning even
like, in July.
Summer.
Yeah.
They were learning to play those instruments.
And those kids played their own instruments, which was how it's written and how it's supposed to be done. But, like, it was impressive.
Yeah.
At that age, being so small and like, playing live
and also
during a show.
Some of those kids had never done a show before.
I know.
So learning not only to play an instrument... Learning stage directions, like what does the curtain line mean?
Yeah.
What's your stage right? What's your stage left? You know, learning how to read music, learning choreography, learning, you know, blocking.
It was a lot to put into
and then you have to learn to play an instrument on top of that.
Yeah. You have to like act and play an instrument. Like I can barely walk and chew gum. Like, let's be real. Like I'm like, but they did so good.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. It was really actually fun to run lines with a few of them and kind of say, well, how would you say that? You know, like, it was just a whole huge effort from everybody in that show.
And I think it's cool to kind of get to, like, pass that on.
Oh,
like,
my gosh,
we had those people when we were younger.
We had mentors, for sure.
We had mentors when we were younger. We had people that we looked up to. I mean, and some of those, like, people are now my, like, best friends, you know, that I looked up to when I was younger. And I was like, I want to act like this person. And I want to, you know, you learned from because you watched them.
They push you to be better.
Yep.
And that's what you need, you know? Yeah, to a certain point.
Yeah. So, like, I'm trying to think, what season are we on right now? Gosh. I'll let you do the math, because your girl is not a math person. I don't do math.
So 97? So do you have a calculator on that magical phone that's sitting there?
Magical phone. 5 minus 1997? 28 years.
Oh my gosh, 28 years.
28 seasons. Wow,
and like I said, we've taken some breaks on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah, 28 years.
Yeah, because I did 97 and came back in 2001. And we did Oliver together.
Yeah.
And then I took off. And I mean, when we say take off, like, we do about 6 to 7 shows a season. So we might do one show. I remember 2006, I did every show.
Oh my gosh.
I was in every
rookie mistake.
Single
Just kidding.
show. And then I think in 2007.
People, like, you're going to do them all? Wow.
And then in 2007, I did 2.
Yeah, exactly. exactly. You're like,
I
I
but I was, like,
traditionally
20.
do too.
I was like 20, 21. Like, I was like, I can do everything. I don't have a real job.
It's
Like,
true.
I work at Jack in the Box or something
I don't even
like that.
yeah, my 20s were like just broke. I was broke all the
Yes.
time.
So I was like, I can be at theater until 10 o'clock at night and then go to bed at 1 and wake up at 5 and I'm fine, you know? Like, it was...
Yeah, and our voice never gave out, or like we didn't have all these like
My knees.
I have to like do my knees, my back, my everything.
I didn't
like,
grunt when I got out of bed in the morning. I didn't make sound effects.
Yeah. Do you remember the first name of the company?
Nampa Community Theater
Oh
Festival.
my gosh, NCCF.
NCCF, yeah. At Skyview High
Man,
School.
Skyview High School. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It
so,
is
so now it's Music Theater of Idaho,
Mhm.
and then Broadway Nampa is the
Our website.
The actual website,
BroadwayNampa.org,
yeah. Yep, where you look
We
to see
get
where the
tickets
shows are.
and which we'll talk about the shows that we're
I know.
doing. I think we'll actually be able to, hopefully, if we get the thumbs up, announce maybe
The season
the
coming
season
up.
that's coming up. They've already announced one, which is a big deal.
I know.
And that's the
it's
greatest
so
thing about our
exciting.
theater company. It's kind of the same thing with Prince of Egypt, is because we've been around for so long, we're one of the only theater companies in our community that have been here
Yeah.
for so long that people will reach out to us, shows will reach out to us, or writers of shows and stuff, or the people that own, like Music Theater International, that own
Oh yeah,
the rights to
we
shows.
work a lot with them.
They
Mhm.
will say, the show's available, and because you guys have been around for so long, you're going to be one of the first companies that gets to do it. That's not like a professional company. So like we had that with Cats in 2006, and
Yeah.
we were one of the very first companies to ever get to do that show.
Oh, cats. Yeah.
I'm a dancer, so I'm like,
Yeah.
it's I
Yeah.
mean, the premise of it is weird, but like
Yeah.
I'm like, you got to
I don't
respect
mind it.
anyone that gets
Yeah.
to dance. Jellicle Ballin has to do the Princess Louise, and if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. But like,
yeah.
but I'm like, it's really cool that we can say that we get to do that. So we're getting to do that with Prince of Egypt. We're one of the first that gets to do that, and not the first. I'm not saying that like everybody else.
No, but it was like the way that it came about was
Yeah.
like really just
Yeah.
kind of interesting and
And then we have a
Yeah.
show next season that the same thing kind of happened, and they were like,
it's exciting.
it's very exciting. It's
know.
been announced, but I'm not going to say anything until I know for sure that. I think that's something that we should talk about. Is I think people wonder like why we do the shows that we do, or why we
Yeah,
can't
or like
do
how do you
shows.
pick them, or why can't we do this one, or that'll
Like
have
we
to
just
be a
did a
whole
poll,
nother-
for example, for 2026. We all got to kind of like say what shows we would like to do, and they had to make sure like you can't do Moulin Rouge. Like the rights to Moulin Rouge aren't available.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
Love it,
Love
but
it.
can't do it.
Waitress not available.
Yeah.
You can't do Waitress. Like sorry, you can't do Beetlejuice yet. Like there's Beetlejuice, and then they do junior productions.
Yeah.
So like Beetlejuice
So we're-
Junior's available.
Yeah.
Or like we can't do Les Mis, but the school edition of Les Mis is available. So it's like ages like 7 to 18.
Mm-hmm.
So
Which is not us,
what? Not anymore.
but that's okay.
I'm good.
That's okay.
I'm good.
But yes, we have so much to talk about
Mhm.
in this podcast, and I'm so excited. We actually sat down and started it, which is so cool.
Yes.
Yeah,
It'll get better every single.
I know it'll get better. We promise.
Yeah.
Our next episode will be on like omens.
Yes.
Like,
we're gonna do a little
backstage
march
omens.
with little St. Patrick's Day. A little like
Yeah.
what
Good luck, bad luck.
bad luck. What
Yeah.
are your rituals? What do I do?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna talk to some of our friends in the company and
That
see
would be
what their
fun.
rituals are, and then we'll probably the next one after that will be all about
The show.
Go Go Joseph, because it's
I
stuck in my
know.
head. Somebody was singing it, and now I can't get it out of my head.
I was like, it is very catchy because it's so easy.
It's Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Yeah, it just repeats. So.
Yes.
But yeah.
Love Andrew.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
See you guys on the next one.